All right. Thank you so much for coming here tonight. And for all of you who got in here early, you got a little pregame. You got to hear our theme song for our team, our marketing team. This is how we roll. Dawn, you're not dancing. All right. All right. So thank you all for coming here tonight. This is super exciting. This is I've done webinars before. I've done them by myself and, with other people, but I've never done one that was like the whole team, like everybody. So this is super exciting for me to have everybody here and really just sharing behind the scenes, like what we really do. Because I get questions all the time, because we talk about our free Facebook strategies, our free marketing strategies and all that stuff. And they're like, what do you really do? So I'm going to share, hey, Jake, what's up? All the stuff we do behind the scenes that's helped our team be so successful. And it's simple, easy tweaks that you can make probably with what you're already doing right now. So it's a no pitch webinar. If you have that link and you want to share it out to your friends or your team, do that and they can still jump on. Because I'm not one of those people that like sitting on like a 2-hour webinar and then you get like a couple little tips, but you really can't use it. At the end, you have to buy into whatever they're doing to use it. So what I'm teaching you guys tonight, you can take it and run with it and, and implement it in your own business right away. And it's something I've done personally. And I actually started doing, and we're actually talking about collaboration like this, but I'm specifically talking about interviews and how interviews can actually 10x your income in whatever you're doing in whatever industry you're doing. So I started doing them, I think in last fall it was, I just did a couple of them. And I really didn't do that many. But the thing is with interviews, you can repurpose them and recycle them and use them over and over. So I used those. And when I got into the marketing team that we're with now, our marketing team is called Black Ops, but our little team is called the A-Team. Mike and Michelle Aldo are our sponsors. So A-Team, raise your hand, wave your hands, woo, A-Team. And I know some Black Ops people are on here too. Where's the Black Ops people? Woo! So this is awesome, and this is collaboration right here. We don't say, oh, you're not on my personal team, I'm not going to help you. Like, we seriously come together and help everybody. People have helped me, I've helped other people, and it's just how we do things, because I can't even talk. Teamwork makes the dream work. It's not that hard, but somehow I messed it up. So you got to have that team to really help you get to the level you want to be at. So I started doing these interviews, and I started doing a lot of them when I got into Black Ops. Not even really thinking anything of it, just trying to help people, working together, telling our stories, getting ourselves out there as leaders. And I didn't even think of it as a marketing strategy until my mentor said, you know what, like this is a strategy in itself. Like, you can take that and use that as your number one strategy. And, I'm not seeing anybody teaching this out there. I see a lot of top leaders. I'm scrolling through my timeline and I see tons of people doing interviews, but I don't see people teaching about it and where to start with it, what to say, what questions to ask. Because if you've never done one before, they can be intimidating. You don't know what to say. You don't want to look stupid. So I'm going to go over just the little things that can help you get over those fears so you can step into your leadership and be able to do this and be able to be confident in it and to be able to connect with big time leaders, because you don't want to be scared to contact people because they're actually really willing to work with you, because interviews, collaboration of what we're doing now, it's a win-win situation. Nobody loses. So that's one thing you have to get your mind around. It's a little mindset shift. You can't think of lack. You can't think, oh, well, if I put this out here about this person and they're not on my team, they're not even in my company, they're going to get all my sales. You can't think that way. You have to think abundance, and you have to think more, because you're really opening up a whole different audience, a whole different network of people that haven't You had no clue who you were until you did this interview, right? And I'm talking about either way. You can be the host, you can be the person asking the questions, or you can be the person on the other side telling their story. And each person, you know, that gives you credibility. People look up to you as a leader, and it's just good for both sides. You know, I've done these with, you know, people in my small little team. I've done them people who aren't on my team, people in different companies even. And it's amazing because we all have the different Facebook friends, different people on our YouTube channels, different people on our email lists. So when you're sending out this content to all these different people, you know, it's just getting you more exposure. Every time I do one of these, every time I do an interview, I get tons of incoming friend requests from people who never would have known me before. They wouldn't have known my name, but they saw me in an interview. So, and a lot of people will say, oh, I saw you do an interview with Victoria or whatever, so I'd like to connect with you. Or, you know, because different people connect with different personalities and different stories, and people relate to different people, right? So they may not, say you're talking about your business opportunity in an interview, they may not relate to your story, you know, they don't get it. But if you bring somebody else on, they just click with that person. You know, that story is the story of their life, and then they want to join. So, and it doesn't matter if they join you, if they join them, because it really all balances out. You know, this is, like I said, you got to get the mindset thing right first, because it's abundance. There's so many people out there, so many leads, and it works out best for everybody. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about, you know, why interviews are important. You know, we talked a little bit about collaboration versus competition, which I see, oh my God, I see the competition so much in MLM and just scrolling on my Facebook page, and it's awful. I'm like, you are not helping yourself. You're not helping anybody else when you compete with other people, especially if they're on your team. That just makes no sense to me. You're going to get a lot further in life when you collaborate. So I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to share my screen later and show you some of the ones I've done and give you ideas on different platforms you can do these on too. So why are interviews important? Turn on the TV. Look at our society. Look at our culture. It's based around not just interviews, but just stories, you know, and that's what it comes down to. Have any of you guys seen 30 for 30, the sports documentaries? I love that. And I think there's one called E60 too. I watch it with my husband all the time, and I like sports. I really do. But what I like best is the people, and this, like, Steph Curry is one of my favorites. Love him. But, you know, just hearing their story, their background, where people are come from. Because some of these athletes, some of these musicians, artists, whoever they are, celebrities, they come from a horrible background, you know, and they have done everything to get to their passion and get to their dream. And people want to hear that inspirational story, you know, and they don't want to see just the success. They want to see everything, because that's the only way we can relate to each other as humans, is when we hear the pain and struggle that people have had, you know, and have what they've had to go through to get to that success. And we want to get tips and advice from people who are at that level. So if you turn on the TV, you know, sports, music, there's all kinds of music documentaries, which I love those too. I'm kind of addicted to all that kind of stuff. Comedy, look at Ellen, Jimmy Fallon, everything. If you think about it that way, like, that's what our culture is. And, you know, when you're in marketing, we all know with marketing, it's not sales, it's not pitching somebody that doesn't work. It's psychology, and it's really, you know, just that, you know, those connections you make with people. So interviews are the best way to go, to get that human connection there and to get people's emotions into it. Because, you know, people buy on their emotions, and they justify their purchases by their emotions, basically. And there's studies that show that. There's all kinds of books and stuff that talk about that part of marketing. So really doesn't matter what industry you're in. So if you're on here tonight, drop in the chat what industry you're in. So you don't have to put company names, just like Are you in makeup, skincare? Are you in marketing? Drop that in the chat because I just kind of want to see like what kind of people are here today. I know personal development, online marketing, MLM, cool. Awesome. Yeah, because I know a lot of people think that this doesn't apply to them, but it applies to everything you do. And I'm going to give you an example. I always go back to health and wellness just because it's an easy example. So if you are posting on Facebook, and this is a great way to do it, to post about before and after pictures. So people are seeing the before and the after they take your product or whatever. Those are amazing to use. Testimonials, you know, screenshots of people's messages, all that kind of stuff. It's social proof. You know, people need to see that stuff. But what if you did an interview with that person? I mean, how powerful would that be? You know, because it's a lot more than the physical when you lose weight. It's a lot more than, you know, what somebody looks like. You know, we all want to look better, but we want to feel better. And we want to hear that person's perspective. What did they feel like before? Could they not go up a flight of stairs? Could they not play with their children because they're so overweight? They have no energy. Were they depressed? Like, these are things we all can relate to in our lives. So we relate to that pain that they have, and we want to find a solution to that pain. So you can go and, you know, ask that person, you know, just say, tell us a little bit more about yourself. You know, what was your life like before? You know, what's your life like now? And just show that contrast of, you know, where they came from and how your product or service has helped them get to that point. And, you know, you don't have to be dropping the company name and all that stuff and pushing stuff. You seriously just be real with somebody. And when people see that you're dealing with real customers, you're not just copy and pasting all this random stuff, like these are real people that are benefiting, they're going to trust you because there's so much crap online, really. And people are very skeptical, especially about, you know, different marketing programs or different health kind of stuff. They're very skeptical. So they want to see that they're a real person. If they can see them, they can see a video of them, if they can hear their voice, that just takes it to a whole nother level. So, you know, pictures, before and after, testimonials, all that stuff is great, but you can take that and put it into an interview, and it doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be an hour long. It could be 10 minutes. It could be, you know, a lot of mine are like 20 minutes. And that's perfect. That's all you need to get the point across and to share their story, because we're all about, you know, sharing stories with people. So yeah, that's why it's so important. It's all about entertainment, education, and inspiration. That's what we all want, you know, when we're watching TV, whatever, you know, that's why we like the real. That's why people like reality shows. Even though most of them aren't real, they want to see behind the scenes. They want to see, like, what's really going on in these people's lives. So that's kind of, you know, the reason behind it. I think the psychology behind of why interviews work is because people want to see that. And when people are on Facebook, they don't want to be sold to, you know, so if they can get on an interview and see real people just talking, and for me, you know, I really like to make them casual, like I'm talking to a friend. And it took me a while to get to that point. You know, I was terrified to do stuff like this, even just a year ago. I was terrified to do videos and all kinds of stuff. So it just takes practice. It takes repetition, but I think this is the best way to do it if you're new. If you're brand new, say you don't have an income story yet in your company, or you don't have any results yet with the health products that you're taking. Well, it doesn't matter. You just get somebody else from your company, from your team, to share that story, and that gives you credibility. You know, you're not lying. You're not getting on there saying that you've got all these results, but you have somebody, you have the success story that you can show. So it's super important. And with Black Ops and what we do, you know, we do a lot of interviews, and I just didn't realize the power of it is so powerful. And it's not something that you have to do every day, that you have to do every week, because you can repurpose them. So I'm going to show you my screen a little bit later and show you a little bit more about how you can repurpose them, how you can share them over and over, because that kind of content is evergreen. Like, because you're not talking about a certain sale or promotion that's time limited. It's a story, you know, so it's never going to go out of style. You can share that over and over. If you share something on Facebook one time, not many people are going to see it. So you need to have something that you can use over and over. Like, we don't use blogs and websites or anything like that, but if you have that, you can even embed that interview on your website and have it different places. I usually do mine through Zoom, this platform right here, because it's the easiest for me, and you can record it and it looks good. You know, it's been a good quality for me, and I can put it on YouTube. I can put it different places, but I'm going to show you. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that now if I can share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Is it good? Okay. So let me get out of here. Okay. So I'm going to show you the 3 platforms that I know of, the free platforms that you can use to do this. There's a few options, and you just have to find out what's best for you. So these are actually ones I've done through Facebook Live. You know, Facebook Live has an option now, if you didn't know, to do interviews and to do it with 2 people. So this one is actually with Lisa, who's on our team. And these are a couple of other people too. So yeah, this is Victoria and Stacy, you know, who are in Black Ops. So this was super fun to do. The problem with Facebook Live for me, and you know, Lisa, ours wasn't too bad, but most of the time, my Wi-Fi isn't good. So if I could do a Facebook Live by myself, it's okay. But for some reason, when I get on with 2 people, it's choppy. You can't hear my audio. It's not a good experience. And for some people, it works really well. But it's something you just have to test out. So I'll show you kind of how this looks. You can do it like this, where it kind of floats in the middle. It looks kind of crazy. Or you can turn your phone horizontally, so you're side by side with that person, which is really cool. So this is something you're just going to have to test out. You know, you can do it. Somebody has to get on to host, so they start the live video. If you're the guest, you get on and just make a comment, and then they can invite you on the broadcast. So it's really kind of cool. And you know, if you have good, strong Wi-Fi and stuff, try this first, because you're going to get a lot more engagement and stuff. And if you're doing things mostly from Facebook, you're going to want to keep it on Facebook anyway. So, you know, like 311 views, that's not bad. But the thing is, this was only shared one time. You know, this was only posted one time. Now I can take this, I can share it to my personal development group. I can share this to other personal development groups or whatever, you know, whatever kind of groups you're affiliated with. You can actually take these somehow and upload them to YouTube if you want. But I just don't think live videos don't do as well on YouTube. But, you know, this is an option. Facebook Live, a lot of people are having good luck with that. So it's just something you have to try out on your own and see if it works for you. But I'm going to go over to my videos and show you. Oh my God. Thank you, Facebook Live, for giving me the worst thumbnails ever. Oh my goodness. I know you feel my pain there. It's always like they do that on purpose, I swear. Let's go down a little bit, because these are mostly live videos. Okay, here's one. That's a recent one. Because there is another platform called BeLive TV that's really cool too. Okay, here's one with me and Sandra. Sandra's on our team too. And she's a full-time RVer. So we were talking about, you know, her RV lifestyle and stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, I mean, you're basically talking about people's lives, and you're not pushing products, you're not pushing things on people. It's very casual, it's a nonchalant kind of thing. And then when you go back and do this, you can always put links in here. You can put links in the comments or something if you have something that you want to send people, or if you have a lead capture page or whatever. But really, it's just fine on its own, because a lot of people will just come out of the blue. Most people are not going to like and comment, but like this one has almost 400 views already. And I haven't shared it. I haven't put it anywhere else. This is just from being on there for one time. So it just shows you the power and the exposure you can get when you open up your audience to different people. And the reason why I haven't used BeLive is because I had some audio issues with my computer. Nothing was working, but I am going to go back to this program. Have you guys heard of BeLive before? It's called BeLive TV. And it's actually really cool because it has these little text things you can do. And it's pretty easy to use, but you can show your name on here so it looks kind of professional. You can put everybody's name. If people post comments, you can actually post the comment so people can see the question or whatever they're typing. So it's different. I like it. And it's actually real easy to use. So I'm going to go back to this one actually because I think it is more powerful to do it live because you do get that engagement and you get people commenting on it. When you upload a Zoom, you don't get as much engagement. You still get tons of views, but people aren't as engaged at the time when you jump on. So here it is. It says it right here, BeLive.tv. So check that one out, either Facebook Live, BeLive TV, or Zoom. And either way, you can't go wrong as long as you're doing it, as long as you're getting out there and being consistent. It's not something that you do one time, oh, I'm going to make $1 million. I just did an interview. Of course, it's not like that. It's like anything in your business, you have to be consistent. As long as you're consistently getting your face out there, people may just scroll right through and not know who you are. But once they see you popping up in their news feed and they see you with somebody else, that's, where that credibility comes in, that social proof. They're like, wait a minute, this person looks important. Maybe I should listen to them. Maybe I should check out this video and see what they're doing, So it's very, very powerful stuff. What else was I going to show here? There's so many. I should have organized this a little bit better. There's Cynthia on one. Yeah, here's one Facebook Live, and you see how distorted and crazy it looks. It's because my Wi-Fi was so bad. So that's just not an option for me to do those anymore until my internet's better. So here's some examples of me doing them. Like this is my friend Krista that I know from another company. We were in another company together. We don't work together anymore. But we've all went our different ways, and we've all stayed friends, and we've all stayed connected, and we all support each other. So that's what this whole thing was about. It wasn't, we're not promoting anything here. We were just sharing how, the journey of entrepreneurship and how you should find your passion. Sometimes you have to go through a couple things until you find something you're passionate about. So that was a really cool one because, we weren't in the same company or anything, but that really attracts people to you because they get to know the real you, and they know that, you're a good person. If you're making friends, you're networking with people, and you're not just using them and wanting something in return, right? You're putting value out there and wanting to help people. So we gave people advice, as they're going through their journey. This is Jose. He's on our team. This is a very powerful tool to get to know your team members better, honestly. Jose, I was starting to get to know him. He's just if you don't know him, he's just a very energetic, motivational person. And I knew bits and pieces of his story, but I didn't know the whole thing. So when I got on this interview, I was hearing his full story for the first time. So, it helps you get to know your teammates better, which you can help each other better, and it's just good all around. So he actually came from the streets. He'd been in jail, and he turned that hustle and those skills that he learned so he's using them in a positive way in his business. So, this is the kind of stuff you want to be sharing. People who have changed their lives and who are, because not everything's rainbows and roses and everything's good. People want to hear real stories like this. So if you haven't caught some of these, you may want to go back and watch them. You guys can go back and watch any of my stuff and kind of take notes in, on the questions we ask and kind of how we go back and forth, kind of like a conversation. And then you can find your own style. Like once you start talking to people, you're going to find your own style, and it's really easy. And it's actually fun. Like I know some people don't like to get on camera and you're scared, but it takes so much pressure off you because you're not the focus. If you're starting out, you actually probably should be the host and just be the one asking questions. And then you have some questions written down and you're just asking simple questions, and the spotlight is on that person. The spotlight's on them, and it takes that pressure off you. So you're just like taking those baby steps, gaining your confidence on camera and everything. And it's so powerful. So there's one more that I did want to show you an example of in my group. See, you can have, so many different places where you share this. And if you do stuff on different social media platforms, you can share them on there too. So if you're on LinkedIn or Google Plus or any of those, you can share those on there too. Let me go to the videos. I think it'll show up here. So this is one I did with one of my team members, Danny Joshi. See if I'll show him. So what we did is talked a lot about something that everybody needs. So we talked about income producing activities in a daily routine. I think that's one of the hardest things for anybody in home business. They might know the steps, they might know what to do, but then they kind of get lost. Like, how do I fit this in my life, kind of thing. So put out real value out there that can really help people. And you're going to attract so many more people to you because you're giving them free information and free stuff that they can use. So we talked about a daily routine, income producing activities, and team duplication. We went over that a lot too, because that's super important when you're team building. So those are just some ideas to talk about. But it depends on your niche too. Whatever niche you're in, you might have different things that you want to put into it, different things that you want to talk about. Let's see. So like I was saying, if you've seen any of my other Zoom trainings like this or any of the trainings I do, I talk a lot about recruiting passively. And it's kind of, I did a whole training on this by using YouTube and sending people your YouTube link. People are going to research you on the back end. So when you're doing interviews like this, you may have people, like you saw all the views I had on those. A lot of people aren't going to they're not going to share or whatever. So you don't even know they're there. You don't know who is viewing those videos. So what happens is, they start researching you. They start, if they click on one of these videos, all of a sudden they're going through and they like one, they're going to go on to the next video. I do that. I binge watch YouTube channels. If I find somebody I like, or if I'm learning a lot from somebody, I'll sit there and watch all the videos because the next video will pop up. I think we've all done that before. And then you just get addicted to this person. You're like, oh my God, they're so awesome. I've learned so much from them. That's what people are doing with you guys. So don't think that you don't have any value to share, even if you're brand new. You're helping that person who's day one, week one, who's never been in a business before, or, been exposed to health and wellness. They may know nothing about it. So whatever you're putting out there, you're helping them. And so they're researching you, they're watching you no matter which, because a lot of people think they put out a post or an interview, nobody likes it. They think, oh, it's a failure. Nobody liked my post. That's not what's happening, guys. They're sitting back and they're watching you. So if you just stop putting your face out there, if you stop putting videos out, you're going to drop off like most people. You have to keep, that exposure and getting yourself out in front of people. And I swear to God, people will come out of the woodwork. They will come out of the blue. You won't even know who they are, or you haven't even talked to these people about your business at all. And all of a sudden you'll get a message like, hey, what are the details on your business? Or, hey, I'm ready to join you. This has literally happened to me because, I'm putting myself out there. I'm putting everything out there, and people are doing their own research. Because as consumers, I know I'm like that. I'm not the person to be like, more info, more info. I'm kind of a private person. So I will go do my own research, look at their YouTube channel, look at their Facebook, see what kind of stuff they're posting, really get to know them, because they feel like they already have that rapport. They feel like they already know you through this, and they'll come out of nowhere. I promise this will start happening to you guys. So this is a challenge to all of you guys, especially the ones in my team who haven't done an interview yet. You definitely want to start doing these because it's super powerful, and you can meet so many cool people this way too. The other thing is I get a lot of referrals, actually, which I never got when I was doing the old way of marketing and the old traditional MLM style marketing. I never got anybody sent to me, but now I have messages all the time like, hey, so-and-so, my friend so-and-so is looking for an opportunity, or they need help with marketing. Can you help them? And they will literally send me people, their best friends, and get us connected, people that I'm not even friends with on Facebook. That's super powerful, guys. That's just like, word of mouth. Just like if you have a physical online business, that's really what drives your business, are those testimonials and those people who are sending people to you. And a big part of that is stepping in your power and to be a leader. And this is what our mentor teaches us. It's the biggest part of all of this, and most people don't teach it. If you're going to sit behind your computer and hide behind your computer all the time, then people aren't going to take you seriously. They're looking to join somebody who's confident, who, they think knows what they're talking about. They want to join somebody who's, they think is going to help them. So you really have to start putting yourself out there. Actually, I'm going to stop share because I don't think I have much more on there. But does that make sense so far a little bit? Is this kind of clicking with you? Because I never thought this was a strategy until I started thinking about it and thinking about like our society and how interviews go into all this. And it really does work. Let me see what else I had. Oh, I was talking about leadership. So this right here, these are going to be open to the public. We're not sure how we're going to do this yet. It's all kind of testing. Might do it every week, might do it every other week. We're going to change days and times because we have people from all over the world, like Lisa and Kelly. They're in Australia and New Zealand. They're here. But, just to make it easier for people, it's kind of hard. So we're going to be switching, days and times and switching different topics and how we do things. So we might have a topic one night, and instead of one person sharing, it will be a few different people sharing. So people like Liz is kind of new, Dawn's kind of new. If they just want to talk for like 10 or 15 minutes about something little, they can do that too. And what my goal is to give people those baby steps to leadership. Because this is really hard to do if you've never been on camera, if you've, and they've been doing videos and stuff too. But if you've never gotten a group of people together like this, it's very intimidating to do this by yourself. But if you have a group of people there to support you, there to help you, because there's technical issues that, that's my struggle right there. There's tech issues. There's all kinds of things that can, freak you out a little bit. But if you have the support and you have people there with you, you can kind of, get used to it, get comfortable with it, so you're able to do that on your own. And that's really my goal, is to just give people tons of value, whether they're on our team or not. They can go use it for whatever. And this is helping my team as well, grow, helping my team grow, helping them get comfortable and confident in what they're doing so they can go off and do their own stuff too. And the great thing is we have people, I don't think Kim's on here. I don't think she made it on here tonight. She had something else to do, but we have people from, like, Kim's a photographer. We have people from all different backgrounds, all different primary businesses. Lisa and Kelly are writing a book right now. So they're learning how to market and promote a book. So that's something I know nothing about. I know the strategy and I know how to promote, but I don't know anything about writing a book. So I might have authors who are on my Facebook page who would be interested in that, or I might have photographers, that's really interesting too. So they might hop on. So it really just helps everybody. We all have different strengths. We all have different passions, different things that we're interested in. And it can help people, anywhere. Who's an author? Is that Lauren? You're an author too? Oh, I didn't know that. That's so funny. And I just met somebody else in Black Ops. I forget her name, Lisa and Kelly. I sent her to you because she's near the Gold Coast. So I told her to message you, and it's all about connecting and making those connections, because you guys can kind of chat, mastermind. Maybe you can even meet in person. We've had a lot of team members who are meeting in person now, which is so cool. I wish I had local people near me. No one's in North Carolina that I know of. Maybe someday. But that's how powerful it is. You work for yourself. You don't have a boss, but you're not in this alone. You shouldn't be in this alone. It's hard to do this alone. It took me a long time to get to this point where I could do this in front of people. So if I had somebody, months ago to help me, baby steps and do a little bit at a time, that would have been a little bit easier instead of just jumping right into it. So that's what I'm kind of doing. And we're going to let us know, get back to the person who invited you here after and let us know what topics you want to hear too, because we can talk about different topics. I know Cynthia is really good at tech stuff and graphics. She might do some tutorial kind of stuff. Lisa Morrison is our organization girl. She can help people get organized. There's so many little things that we learn. We get together on our A team on Zooms like this every single week. And it's so much fun, and we just brainstorm and we get together and we ask questions and we help each other through things, because it doesn't matter. You can have everything step by step, but there are always things that are going to come up in your business, personal things and business stuff. And you need somebody there to talk to get through that stuff. And that's why I love our team, and we have so much fun. A lot of what we talk about, half of what we talk about isn't even business related, but your personal life is your business life. If you have stuff going on, in your head, we do a lot of personal development, talking about the subconscious mind, stuff like that is really holding you back. So, and a lot of us have gone through the video challenge too, which has really helped a lot of us come out of our shells and get to this point where we can do stuff like this. Lisa and Kelly, they're sisters. And that's a good example too, where they hadn't done anything like that before. They stepped out, they started doing live videos. Once you do live videos, you feel invincible. You can pretty much do anything after that. And now they're doing their own webinars. So you can do this in any business that you're in, guys. Get a group of people together and share, about your product and service, and, give them value that they can use and take away. You don't have to discount your products. You don't have to give all this stuff away. You don't want to attract those kind of people. You give away your knowledge. You can give them free recipes. You have to get creative with this kind of stuff, because I'm talking about interviews, but you could even get on live videos and do cooking videos. How obsessed are we with food? If you see something when you're scrolling through and somebody's cooking, you can have two people on a live going back and forth kind of chatting, and there's so many things you can do with this. So hopefully this is giving you an idea of what you can do in your own business to move forward, because it only takes a few interviews and people start seeing you, and they start seeing you with other people, and they take you seriously, where they won't if you're just out there by yourself just pitching your company and talking about your company. They're not, they're going to scroll right past that. But when they see that you're doing something, you're helping people, and other people are taking you seriously, that's social proof right there, and they're going to jump on board with that. So let's see what else I got. I don't want to forget anything. So, when we talk about interviews, it's not just me that's doing this. People like Ray Higdon, people like Russell Brunson, I think is his name, the ClickFunnels guy. Have you guys seen him everywhere lately in your news feed? He's awesome. I love that guy. I love his personality. But He's out there doing interviews with everybody, and getting his free book out there. So you see the top leaders are doing this. You want to model and mirror what the top leaders in the industry are doing. So that's what I kind of do. I kind of watch and I kind of see, like, my mentors are all 7-figure earners, and they told us, like, this is necessary. You need to have a tribe. You need to have your posse. This is what they always talk about. Have your little posse there, because that way you don't have to worry about no one showing up to your webinar, and you sitting there alone and no one shows up. Like, you have your people there. If other people come, that's cool, but you have that support, and people can always watch the replay. So tonight, like, I'm recording this Zoom right now. So what I'm going to do with it after, I'm going to post it in the event group that you guys saw, so everybody can see the replay. I know a lot of people were asking about that already. So I'll post it there, but I'm going to give it to everybody on our team to use. So they don't even have to go out and create their own content. It's right here. Like, it's right here for them to use, and they can leverage the team's knowledge. So I'm going to give everybody the file. They can take it. It's not branded to me or anything. They can take that file. They can upload it to Facebook, upload it to YouTube, whatever they're doing, and have that as their piece of content. And their face is on here. How powerful is that? How much everyone gets exposure. It just, even when we do these little screenshots, you guys have seen us do it. You've seen lots of other teams doing that now. Just a screenshot of us right here in this space getting together, that shows leadership, that shows credibility. It's super. People want to be part of something. People want to be part of a community. We're all looking for that. We're all looking for a tribe. So people might have, an upline, or they might have their little MLM team, but a lot of times you need more, and you need that marketing training and that personal development too. So yeah, take this, use it. Like, this is something you can use for your whole team. And that way, there's no excuse for anybody, because it's right there. Now, all they have to do is promote it. If you followed any of my stuff, we're a big fan, and what we teach is curiosity post. So, you could, like, once I have the replay up, what people can do then is go back and say, hey, we had this awesome webinar. We learned about interviews and how you can use them to 10x your business, whatever business you're in. Who wants the replay? That is as simple as that, and it's not hard. And that is so much better than just posting it once, because you get so much engagement on that post. You get so many people liking and commenting that post, and it just brings more people to your page. So we use curiosity posts a lot, and I really think you should for any business, because if you're only getting 1 or 2 likes on your post, it kind of tells you need to be doing something different. Don't be posting your products everywhere in your company. That's pushing people away. You want to draw people into you and get them curious, and then send the Zoom link to them in a message, and that starts the conversation. First of all, it helps the Facebook algorithm. When you message somebody, you just message them back and forth a couple times, they start seeing all of your posts that they may have not even seen before. So I know a lot of people get upset. They're like, no one's commenting, no one's looking at my post. A lot of times it's because they're not seeing it because of Facebook. You have to be messaging people. You have to be connecting with them. So that's a quick, easy way to send them that information. And the reason why I do that, a lot of people send over capture pages, lead pages to get their email and all that. I don't do that when it's the first time I'm talking with somebody. I want to give them as much free value as I can, because most people are very hesitant in the first place to get on another email list. Because let's be real, how many emails do you have in your inbox right now? I had to delete a bunch of crap that I subscribed to. So people are very selective now to what they're signing up for. So they want the sneak peek. They want to see what they're getting, and then in the Zoom link, if you want to put a lead capture page, or on your YouTube channel, you can do that. People want to see it first, then they're more likely to get on your email list. Or, maybe you don't do that at all. See, on YouTube, I actually put a link directly to my Facebook page, directly to my Facebook group. I keep it super simple. I direct everybody back to Facebook to me, so they, have to send me a message, and so we start that conversation. I think it's super, super important. So just giving as much value as you can up front is just, it's what you got to do. Everyone has so much competition out there in any industry. I don't care what home business you're in. There's so many consultants. Everyone's doing the same kind of thing. You have to set yourself apart from what everyone else is doing. So for us, dancing, being crazy, showing you the real us, like what we really do in our Zoom meetings and our team meetings, that's setting us apart from a lot of these boring webinars where you can't even see somebody's face. You don't even know if they're a real person. They're hiding behind the screen, and you have the professional slideshow. I'm not knocking this at all, but it's kind of overdone. Like, you have to be, put your little, Barbara's laughing at me, but she knows what I mean. The slideshows, all that, it's great, but I'm just not a slideshow person. I'd rather show people my screen, show people my face, show people that I'm real, and that gets you so much farther than doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. Because we're not the gurus. I'm not claiming to be a guru. I don't want to be a guru. We kind of do our own thing, and it works. It works being different and unique and finding your own style. And even though people on our team, we have a strategy that we use, we're all very different. We all put our own style and flair into that, which is really, really cool. That's what we teach people how to do, is just to find themselves, find their voice, and find their message, and how to reach people in a different way just by telling their story. It's really cool how it works. And you're going to start attracting the right people to you when you do this, instead of posting about your discounted products and free stuff, because that's not a crowd that you want. The freebie seekers are not the people that you want to be connected with. They're always going to want something for free. Your stuff has value. Obviously, you wouldn't be selling your product or your service if it didn't have value. You should be passionate in it. If you're not, you should go find another company. But if you are 100% confident and passionate in that product, you shouldn't be giving your stuff away for free and for discounted, because those people will never buy anything full price. Believe me, I've been there. I've done this. I've given a lot of stuff away. I've learned my lesson. You have to be confident. You have to have posture. You have to know that what you have is worth it. If that person doesn't see the value, you don't want to work with them anyway. You don't want them as a customer. Those are the people that ask for refunds, who complain about everything, who say it's a scam. Do you really want to work with those people and bring those bad apples onto your team? No, you don't want to do it. So that's why, interviews, collaboration, all this stuff, you're going to attract the right people to you, the right people that vibe with you, that would be an asset to the team. Because when you're looking, it's almost like a job interview. Like, you really need to qualify people so you're getting the right people on your team, because you don't want people that are just going to be there. You want people that are going to help other people too and bring something to the table. Everybody here, everybody on our team has something to bring to the table, even if they're brand new. They're jumping in, they're helping other people. I don't have to tell them to do that. They just naturally do it, and they're all stepping into their leadership. So those are the kind of people that you get when you do this kind of stuff. So if you do have any questions, you can throw them in the chat. I probably won't be able to answer them now, but I can write them down and get to them maybe in a next video, or message you after to get back to those. Especially if it's about the tech stuff, I won't know. I'll have to Google it myself if it's about the programs. But all of this stuff, Zoom is really easy. Facebook Live, like all of this stuff, once you do it one time, you pretty much know. There's little things, little tweaks here and there that you'll learn as you go, but it's super simple. So you really just have to jump in and do it. And when you're doing this, a lot of people are very afraid to reach out to leaders. And I know that was me. Like, I wanted to talk to peers, people on my same level, but I've been you have to be brave. You have to have that posture and reach out to the big people, reach out to the top earners in your company. Those are the people you want to talk to. And you know what? Most of them are going to say yes. You know, they're busy, they're crazy. We have like our millionaire mentors, you know, doing interviews with people. They're taking time out of their day because they know it's going to help them too. It's going to help everybody on the team when they do stuff like that. So the other thing is, you know, other people's interviews you can share as well. Even if you're not in it, as long as they're in your company or team, whatever, share that and be like, look at this amazing interview, such an inspiring story. So you don't have to be in every single one either. Take advantage, leverage the team. The one thing about sharing, when you hit the share button on your personal page, it gets kind of hidden. You don't see those as much, but if you have a group, you can share to your group all the time and people see all those posts. So just be careful when you're sharing too much stuff on your personal page. You want to have a majority of your content, and then some of it you want to be sharing too, if that makes sense. Because the personal page, it hides stuff. When you know, I've gone to some people's pages and all they do is share, 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 and that's awesome. It's good that they're helping people, but they're not being seen. So you have to kind of mix it up and do different content. You don't want to put like 5 interviews in a row, 5 videos in a row. You want to mix up your content between text, you know, posts, motivational stuff, lifestyle, just pictures of you. You really have to have all of that into one. I think, we're almost done. Cool. I just want to make sure I don't have anything that I forgot. Oh, I wanted to mention, I already talked about Oprah, didn't I? Yeah, I talked about Oprah. She's one of my favorite. I didn't. Oprah's, or maybe Lisa put that in the chat or something. Oprah is one of the best interviewers of all time, guys. That's how she made her living. That's where she started. All she does is ask people questions. You know, she came from nothing and she made something of herself because she had confidence, because she believed in herself. You know, she's literally sitting there in a chair talking to somebody, doing an interview. So, and that actually helped her, you know, come out with her story later on. She wasn't even comfortable sharing her whole life story until she started talking with other people too. And just, you know, a lot of the stuff I can't even watch without crying because it's emotional. And, you know, you have to peek to people's emotions. You have to, you know, get to the pain and see who relates to that. So it's a really powerful thing. Interviews are awesome. Referrals. Oh, yeah, I was talking about, I'm sorry, I can't read my own writing. This is so bad. I was a waitress and I used to do this and I'd scribble down something and I wouldn't even remember what it was. Oh, it makes you very attractive when you're not desperate. So what I was talking about, the mindset, you can't have a mindset of lack, because I've had this. I had a very closed mind when I first started a long time ago, and I was like, I don't want to post about somebody else's success. I'm afraid they're going to go join their team because they're better than me and all this stuff. I think we all have those fears and those worries. You have to get that out of your mind. It has to be an abundance thing. And that's what is really attractive about people, because you're not desperate. You know, you are collaborating with people and people see that. So even if you're not doing interviews, another great thing to do is when you're doing post, to tag your team in it. You know, the active team members that you're working with. Like we will post like a picture of a Zoom, like we do our weekly Zoom meetings and stuff, and we'll tag our team members in it. So people can actually check them out and see that they're real people, you know, and it's amazing. It's the small little tweaks that you can do on Facebook, these free little strategies can really, like, that's all I've used. I don't use paid advertising. I don't need it because I can do all of this for free and it's fun. I love it. It might not be fun at first. You know, it's going to be scary. Getting on camera is scary. But once you get over that fear, like I was really nervous tonight just because this is different. It's just, you know, something I've never really done before at this scale, at this level. But we all, you know, get through those fears, and every time we move up and get to different challenges, you get through that, and you know, it's like no big deal. Once you do something once, you can do anything else. So, you know, even people on here, if you want to get together and do some kind of interview, I don't care. Like, I don't care what company you're in. I don't care what team you're on. If you want to do something, we can collaborate and figure something out that you want to do, or get with, you know, whoever invited you here and do one with them. And just see how it goes. Like, it can't hurt, guys. You know, you're already on Facebook anyway. You're already posting. You're already doing all this stuff. This just takes your game up to a whole nother level. I'm telling you right now. Sorry, I can't keep up with these chats. So I think you guys are just chatting in between. But that's pretty much it for tonight. I don't want to take up all your time. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, I'm like quick to the point. I want to just give you what you need to know, and then you can run with it. I'm not going to be on here for 2 hours. Hopefully you've enjoyed the music and our little dancing thing. I lost our video for the music, but I really appreciate all of you guys being here. And Cynthia, can you take a screenshot for me? I'm not good at doing two things at once. So can we get a screenshot really quick before we jump off here? Can do a little peace sign or whatever you want to do. Got it? Thank you. She's my tech support. But really, I appreciate all of you being on here, and I'm going to put up the replay if you guys want to share it with your team and your friends, and, you know, get together with somebody. Do an interview this week. Or next week, whatever day it is. I don't even know what today is. Do it. Just do it. Get over your fears. Count down to 5 and just go in and do it, and you'll get better as you go. And whoever invited you here tonight, really get back to them. If you're interested in joining our team, you know, we're always open to positive people who are coachable, people who want to take their business to the next level. You can join us, because if this is what you get, you know, for free, you know, you're going to get a lot more on the other side when we help you and when we get you in there. So talk to whoever brought you here and see what it's all about. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Bye.